Five, four, three, two, one. You're done when I say it. Five, four, three, two, one. You're done when I say it. Five, four, three, two, one. You're done when I say it. Five, four, three, two, one. You're done when I say it. Five, four, three, two, one. You're done when I say it.
Welcome to another edition of Nikki B and Friends. What up, friends?
What up, though, Nick?
What's going on, baby?
Ain't nothing up but this snow.
Man, don't get me started. Don't get me started.
What's going on your way, Shan and the Liners? What's the weather like? Because you look at
We
too
have
bad to be cold.
serious, severe weather going on. Actually, like we had a tornado warning today. We got torrential rain. So, like, they canceled school 2 hours early, and then we got a notification this evening that they got a 2-hour delay. So, here we go.
They ain't stop your hair from being buttered.
Right. I whip my hair back and forth.
Right, ain't stopped you.
Yeah, I'll be going for that Janet Jackson controller, you know.
Achieved.
Cute. What's going on, Didi?
None. Everybody at work is sick. And I see them walking to my desk. Nope, you can stop right there. What you need? Don't even get to my desk all the way. Don't even. Yeah, I can see you from there. What do you want? Nope. I do not have time to be sick.
I know that's right. We've been having a lot of conference calls from the CDC about the coronavirus. Child.
Did you see that fools thought the coronavirus was from the dang gone Corona beer? I'm like, oh, stop drinking.
Tires me out. Things and the shenanigans that they put on every day.
I was like, what?
It was
really?
Yeah,
it was on the news.
What they look like?
They ain't show the people's face because I would already clowned them. But people were. This is not related to the Corona beer.
You can still drink it, okay, and you'll be just fine.
Thank you. Actually, I feel better.
Okay.
That's hilarious.
What's going on in the shine, Nick?
None. We just got too much snow. It's like cold, and then just snow. But besides that, I think everything. I got another client for my life coaching, so that's
okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So besides that, everything been going actually pretty cool. Didi talking about being sick, so I have been sick. And I mean, I was so sick today that I coughed and threw up for like everything I had ate must have been today and yesterday. But they had called the nurse, then they end up calling a doctor.
But thinking on a vain note, your stomach is on flat right now, though.
All right, let me go on and take me some quick pictures. Gloss up and take some pictures. My stomach probably not on flat. I need to I haven't worked out and it's starting to show just a little bit. Just a little bit.
So little anybody gonna notice that.
Yeah, but I do.
You gotta arch your back to zip them pants up.
Oh no. No. One of my slick talking co-workers, we was going at it and now I can't stand when I say something then somebody try to use it against you because I had said something about, that I felt like I had been picked up to some weight and she was like, oh yeah, you didn't something about me picking up weight. And then I was like, well, still never been a double digit.
Ooh, well.
You know what? I don't know what that is. That's a complex that I got about myself that I never. Now I'm short, so the people who listen and don't know me, I'm short, so I'm 5'2". So I never wanted to get to a double digit. Too
Must
short.
be nice. I came out the womb 7 pounds 7 ounces. Boom, size 10. Been going up ever since. Cause I ain't no quitter.
Climbing the ladder.
I started off that way, but I feel like going into my mid-20s, early 30s, listen, can't nobody tell me the Lord don't have a sense of humor, because the Lord knew that after I had these kids and left him, I was probably going to be a hot mess. So I threw a couple pounds my way. Like, sit your tail down. See, that's why you ain't got no booty now. Sit down. You don't know how to act. You
I'm
sit down.
dying. He hollering right now.
You're going to be off the chain.
All right, Lord, I'm going to be okay with being a big girl. I'm going to be a cute one.
That's all that matters.
All right, I'm going to let
all
you.
that matters. Inside and outside. And you are that.
Ooh, I can't stand an ugly person with a bad attitude.
Oh.
Oh, you already got one strike against you off the gate.
My dad used to always say, and she's sitting up there with her face frowned up and ugly. She got her face frowned up because she mad that she ugly.
Like my grandma said,
Hilarious.
if you ugly inside, you're ugly outside.
Man.
Well, that could mess up
That
a
is
lot
very
of people
true.
because it's a lot of people that's attractive. Like some people, but they so ugly on the
inside
and their attitude. Because if it's one thing that I can't stand, which is almost like some people truly believe that it works and that you should be, but it's somebody that's attractive with a bad, just ugly.
Oh, just think.
You know, and think like you're supposed to be that way. Like that's how we all are. Like you you don't have to have a bad attitude. You don't always have to be checking something. You don't have to keep your face frowned up.
Right.
Now, granted, if my face frowned up, don't come, oh, pretty lady, I'm frowning your face. Get your ass on. It's frowned up for a reason. Now,
Thank
if you
you.
see me every day and I'm like that, pull me to the side if we got a relationship. But otherwise, leave me. Get your ass on. Don't try to start no conversation.
This resting bitch face should have warned you.
Right. You don't even know what's going on. What you walking into if I got my face frowned up.
I hate those people that size you up like that, though, that because they see you minding your business and you ain't got a Kool-Aid Colgate on, they think you just mean. Why you looking so mean? Because I'm minding my business, sir. Who are you?
But that's the people at work because, again, not to make it racial, but black people do it. What's wrong? What's wrong? White person do it. Oh, that's just how she is.
Oh. I want to tell you what my granddaughter told me. She's 9. She said to me, Lala, you don't have no chill. I said, first of all, what? She was like, okay, like when we be coming over, you be all happy and stuff. And then when we come over when my mom and dad didn't call, you be real quiet. That means you already mad. I was dying. She said, but you don't never be just like regular. I was like, oh, then, yeah, you right then. I'm going to give you that one. She said, I was like, little girl.
T must got a key because you letting people in and they ain't called first.
No. My mama could call. My mama could not call and be outside ringing the doorbell. Not going to happen. I can't stand people come over and don't call. You don't know what I'm doing. I could be sick in the bed. Another story. But anyway, no.
I could be doing nothing. Just
it don't matter.
Right, it don't matter. And I have literally, people will fault me for this, but literally, it used to be a time that you could look through my front window, see me reading, seeing me doing whatever, and I'm not answering.
Lord have mercy.
Right with you. You call my phone, I'll answer. Hello, I'm outside. Oh, are you? Well, I'm not coming to the door. Good luck.
I remember
Can't stand it.
my cousin brother, he used to come over and because he lived close by, so soon him and his wife get into it, he thinking he gonna come over, and he out there banging one night, and then he, Nikki, Nikki, and he was like, I know your ass in there, you damn well. I called him the next day. He was like, you ain't about nothing. I'm like, you're not gonna be coming and sleeping on my couch, like, and no, not gonna happen.
That's hilarious.
Don't get comfortable, my brother.
My remedy to that has always been to live far away from the inner city or far away from everybody else, so that even if you had the inkling to come this way, it would be way too far for you to do it and I'll not be at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you got to call, like, oh, that makes sense. I'm not doing all that. Just call
That's too
me.
much work. Right.
Right. And if I don't answer, then we just doing a will check.
Just text me. If I text you back, it's cool.
Right.
Don't be doing no will check.
I remember I sit on the couch. Somebody knocking on my door. It's summertime. I got the air on. I'm just on the couch. And they rung the doorbell. Then they knocked. They started knocking harder. I'm like, go away.
At what point do you realize
Me?
person is
I
not-
say as I'm opening the door, this better be the police.
Oh.
And it was.
Mama.
Police.
God.
Yeah, I was like, oh, my bad. I don't answer the door when I don't know nobody coming over.
What they want? To tell you your mama was trying to get home?
Probably no. My neighbor, her car got broke into.
Yeah, we glad you answered. Some of your family members trying to get a hold of you.
They said they've been texting and calling.
Right. Let them know you okay.
Please.
So, alrighty. So, today's subject is modern day woman versus traditional woman.
Okay.
So, and then we'll do it with a little spin just because we got Shan, so we kind of got different generations of just how they do things, versus, then and now. And I would even say just not women, I would even say people in general, just the different generations and stuff. Just how different that they are. So I'd rather have a generational instead of just modern and traditional. But
yeah,
we're a team. We can vote. Nikki B and Friends.
That means fall in line, friends.
No, we go around anyway. Cause
yeah.
do you know that somebody? And thank you for listening. But I did get a message saying that we need to stay on topic because we move around too much.
Whatever.
Oh.
I got a diagnosed ADD. You lucky that I'm even on the call. But we'll try. I'll try.
Right. So we'll try. So this was because we're a team. This was one of Shan's topics. So let's start off with Shan because I want to know kind of where did you want to go with this? What were you thinking when you came up with this for a topic?
So I was having a discussion in the office, and a lot of the women in my department range from anywhere from like really, really early 20s to, late 40s, 50s. And so I think a lot of the topics that we discussed, i.e. raising children, loving relationships, our careers, such, like that, we all have difference in opinions on how we have gone about obtaining and how we move about in those different areas of our lives. Mm-hmm. And it was just interesting to hear the difference in, opinion in how, women have done.
So did you notice more people around the same age kind of felt the same, or just
I
not really?
I can boil it down to basically it's just
I think how you was raised, and that's
right. I was just gonna say how you were raised
and what you see.
mm-hmm.
Because as much as we try to act as if we're not products of our environment,
We are.
We are products of our environment. That's why you'll see someone who will, I mean, I've seen people who will go to, you know, live in the projects their whole life, you know, and grandmama live there, mama live there, they live there,
Mm-hmm.
and will went on and have degrees and still have chosen to stay there.
Really?
Yep.
And it's like, just some stuff is just product of environment. If that's what if that's what I see, I mean, you got to think about it. If I can, which I never could, let me put this out there. Never, ever, 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 ever could I have let a boyfriend stay the night.
Oh no.
And you will see, and all of us know somebody who mama boyfriend stay there, daughter sister boyfriend can stay there, they boyfriend can stay there. You know what I mean?
Just a house full.
2-bedroom too. Let me just throw that.
Oh, you know what?
Ain't nobody got their own room.
No.
Trying to boo up
pull out couch.
Two twin size right next to each other. Room set up like the Brady Bunch.
Not today.
Hey, your boo staying tonight? Yeah.
Dang.
Right. Dang.
My night.
Right. Let's separate the beds, then. That's a good idea.
Well, y'all can sleep out there on the couch.
Mama said we can't sleep on the couch no more.
Well, y'all can sleep on the pallet on the floor.
You know what? Now, this is something that's really odd about me. I cannot. That's almost like a pet peeve of mine. I do not like, and maybe because I've never did it, and or had to do it, I would say, and thank God for that, and not judging anybody who has had to. But I just don't feel that the couch is for sleeping.
Oh shoot. Here you go. Ain't nothing like coming home from church and it's cold outside. You go put on your stay-at-home clothes and get on the couch and turn on Lifetime.
But what I'm saying is, I do that, in my den with my lounging couch and recliner, but not my living room.
Oh, that is different. That is different. You can't even go in the living room when we was growing up.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, even in my house, our living room was for show. Keep walking right on past that.
Right.
We always had a den in our house wherever we lived. There's the living room and there's the den. You walk, the den is just for decoration, let you know we got a little money, and then keep on going to the
Exactly.
Imagine my pain, because our carpet in our living room was white. My mother loved blue, so our living room was white and blue, and then our dishes, which was very painful for me, was glass dishes.
Wow.
They spot easy. So to me, you never could get them clean. And I remember one night trying to wash, and she would be like, "Nope," and putting it back in. And I remember one night just like, "Daddy, please, Lord, please send my daddy through." Man, when I heard them keys, I was so happy, and I was like, "Dad, these dishes," and he was like, "Okay, go on and go to bed.
Okay, I'm gonna need us to get back in the pew because we out the pew right now because we didn't change the topic.
Right, modern to traditional. So what's a traditional woman?
Handle her business.
But
no
see,
matter
I
what.
can be a traditional woman. But see, when I think traditional woman, I think stay at home, take care of the kids, do the grocery, cook, clean. That's
See,
when I
that's
think a
different for
traditional
me.
woman. And I say, if I gotta work, I'm not gonna be traditional. If I gotta work to help you out,
Oh, wait, hold up. Wait a minute. When you say help them out,
Ooh,
so y'all not doing the 50-50 bills? I wish I could see her face. Ooh, I wish I could see her face.
we've
see
had that
Okay.
before
see.
too. Mm.
What had happened was,
Right, what had happened was, okay, if I gotta do all of that, right?
okay. Wait, all of what? Go to work.
Right. So if okay, so if I work, right,
Okay.
then I'm washing the clothes, I'm cleaning up the house, and I'm cooking and taking care.
Why?
Okay, that's the thing. That
Oh
means
no.
right because to me it's either or.
Oh wait. That whole thing. Like 1 week you do the laundry, next week he do the laundry. 1 week you cook, next week he cook. Or better yet, have a maid.
Hmm.
Oh, crickets,
Shan,
huh?
come on,
Okay.
Shan. I'm waiting on Shan. Shan
So,
was about to
all
say something.
right. So my
Okay,
parents.
so wait a minute. Tell us one of the things that you guys discussed at work, so we could give our feedback on that.
Okay, so
That'll
one
help
of the
us.
things we discussed at work was raising kids.
Before
And
I look bad, go ahead.
what?
But y'all always make me out to look bad on this show. Like I come
Oh,
off looking like really bad.
yeah.
Like
That's
I
what we
may
do.
not get married looking bad, fooling with y'all.
Mhm.
So one of the things that we discussed was raising kids. And I was saying how, like, sometimes, my son is 14. And, if I need to run an errand or whatever, I'll be like, hey, I'm running down the street to Walmart and then I'm going to hop over to the grocery store and blah, 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 blah. I'll be right back. And so my girlfriend was like, you leave him there by yourself? He's 14. I'm going down the street to the store. I don't understand. I mean, I've been left at home. Sorry, mama. A lot earlier than 14.
Oh,
So,
absolutely.
saying? Yeah, I will leave him here. Yes. And so, she was saying like, no, I just don't know if he's ready for that yet.
What? 14?
I think her son was like 12.
Okay, still.
Well, you know what? 12. You know what? I think it depends on the maturity for one,
True.
and then the second thing is I remember me myself personally. I looked it up because I wanted to know what the laws were, especially like when I first moved here, and it was just me, my younger son, and I. So I looked up to see how old could he be and stay home by himself. Now that would be because he's the type of person that I'll be back and I'm gonna go to the store or whatever, and I'm gonna come back, and he gonna be outside, and my front door gonna be wide open, and playing and all of this stuff. Now, my oldest son, I could leave him, and
No
I know
problem.
he's not gonna do nothing. He gonna be watching TV, that type of thing. But I think it would be the maturity of the child, and then to run quick. Now, I'm trying to think of staying at home by myself. So I wasn't a latchkey kid. I actually had the privilege of my mom being at home. And we lived across the street from the school.
Oh, double bonus.
So, yeah, I remember I got stung by a bee during a fire drill. A bee
Ooh.
flew in my ear, but we was right in front of my house when it happened. And I screamed, but the school still had to take me back to the school to call my mom. But of course, by the time that we got back over there, my mama was running over there because she knew my voice. She knew that was me. But so that was up until 11 because everybody, shared that I lost my mom at 11. So then by the time I moved out of town, then I had my older sister, she 5 years older, so
Mm.
I don't think I ever really had that issue of staying at home. But
See,
14, to me, anybody, if that person can't trust her 14-year-old, I wonder if she don't trust him, or if he's dealing with some type of other issues.
mm-hmm,
I
Because
think what it
14
is that
is really old to be at home by yourself.
mm-hmm.
yeah, like I think it's that she don't really, maybe it's the maturity, and then it's just him and her. So maybe she has him so coddled. It's like
It's
you
just
got,
him and her. It was me
What?
and my son for that
Me
many
too.
years. So no.
and it's me and my kids too. But I mean, again, I
See,
mean,
it's different with only children. They mature faster because they're usually around other adults. So my
mhm.
son was young. Oh, he was like the only grandchild for like 14 years, something ridiculous like that. But anyway, he, I left him at home, but when he was like 10,
Mhm.
because he was that mature. Like he knew the rule. You come home.
Right. Well,
You get,
my son didn't want to go. So if I'm saying I'm going to the store, he'd be like, I don't want,
okay.
can
That's
I
how
stay
my son
here?
is. My
You
son
know what
don't
I
want to
mean?
go.
Can I stay here? They don't want to. And if
Mm-mm.
you just going now, if you going away for the weekend, you ain't got no
Oh,
business.
absolutely.
And
We got to call him
then
out.
depending on the age, I really don't like um people making their older kids
Watch the younger.
14 watch
Hmm.
babysitting they little
Mm-mm.
Hmm.
kids. And I don't mind the going to the store because that happened. But that going out every night and all of that type of stuff,
Mm-mm.
and your
Mm-mm.
kid is really watching the kids, that's
Hmm.
wrong. And to me, also, what really plays a part um, is the time of day for me. Like
Okay.
late at night, no, I don't. I wouldn't
Hmm.
think. Late at night, you won't want your kids.
Because it's so much your kid could be oblivious to while they sleep.
Uh-huh. Right, because I mean,
Hmm.
I know people who they think that it's better. They'll wait till their child go to sleep, and
Oh
then they will leave, so the child
no!
don't realize that they're leaving. And I'm like,
Oh, what a way to scare your
How they
kid.
wake up?
right.
And looking for you and can't find you. That's ooh,
What about a fire?
Yeah.
right. That.
You know how many people don't have batteries in their fire alarms?
I'm gonna put a PSA right now. If y'all, if people do not have a smoke detector or need a battery, call the fire department.
They
They
will
will
come
put them
out
up for free.
and they won't ask you no
No
questions.
questions. None. Suck it up, y'all. Suck it up.
Yeah.
Sorry, carry
Oh,
on.
I didn't know that they would do that.
For
Yeah.
free. Mhm.
My carbon monoxide thing went off the other day, and I took the batteries out because I was trying to see, was it just trying to tell me it was the batteries or whatever,
Mhm.
and then pushed the reset and then it went off, but then I pushed the reset again to make sure it wasn't still going off. So I don't
If
know.
you don't call your gas company,
Yeah.
Why?
playing too much, they'll come and check it. It's your furnace.
Mm-hmm.
No, what I'm saying is it stopped going off. It probably needed new
New
batteries
batteries.
or
Oh,
something.
Oh,
usually
okay.
when okay. Sorry, we get
No,
back on track. So
that's
anyway.
why I said I redid the reset to
Oh, and it
see.
stopped.
And yeah, and it beeped to tell me that it was still on. So I'll
Gotcha.
push it to make sure. Yeah, because I thought of that today actually when I got sick. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, but and I just got my furnace
Service.
changed.
Oh. Ooh.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, so um I'm still stuck on the kid thing. But see, it was different. So I was a teen mom.
Mm-hmm.
And so one of my goals was to never be on welfare,
Mm-hmm.
to never depend on anybody to get anything from my son.
Mm-hmm.
His father, my mother, my dad, doesn't matter. I was going to get it for him. And to that fact, I probably went overboard because my son is spoiled rotten to this day.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I never was going to miss work because my son was sick or because of whatever. I always had a backup plan. Like,
Right.
if this girl person can't watch him, this person can. She worked third shift. I had like 3 backup plans at any given time. and I always had it planned out. I can't tell you how many people I done fired for missing work. Well, Timmy was sick. Okay, first of all, you knew you was a single mom when you woke up. That ain't just happen. You know what I'm saying? And stop using single mom as a disease. It's not cancer. You know what I mean? Single mothers are out here, CEOs, CFOs, going to college, doing their thing. That's not a disease. That's not a disease. It's something that happened to you. Overcome it.
And
But
like
just
I
miss
said,
work.
people haven't started off. Oh, go ahead.
At home.
Start over, Shannon, because you know your mic, and I started talking. Go ahead.
We had to stay at, in the summertime. We had to stay at home and keep ourselves. My mama did because it was summertime, so I had to stay at home. And I have a sister that's 13 years my junior. So yep, I had to keep her too.
Oh yeah, everybody had that summer. Couldn't wait to go to TT House in Chicago.
Right. Yep. So I mean, I was.
I don't think that's a traditional modern type deal. I think that's just a preference.
No, because I like the girls
you think
nowadays.
Traditional moms? Oh no, old modern moms. These newer moms.
Yeah.
Oh no, they keep their kids babysitting.
Yeah. Keep them at the babysitter. Well, I'm gonna drop them off anyway. I'm paying for it, but your kid want to see you though. What the? Yeah.
Or having that baby walking around. Like, I can't stand to keep seeing a child with a baby on their hip that's not there. Not there.
Oh, a literal child, yes.
And somebody keeps saying, like, grab her. Get up off of your ass and you grab her.
Exactly.
She yours.
Exactly.
Should nobody be moving quicker than you to get your child?
Exactly. Or you constantly hear the oldest child's name called. That's generational. I'm the oldest, so my name was called all the dang on time.
Me too.
Constantly. I'm like, did you know nobody else's name? You got 4 other kids. Why you keep calling my name?
I get in trouble for the stuff they do.
Yes.
Go across the street and ask this lady for cookies every day. And when my mama found out that was happening, my mama got mad at me. Like, dog, where was y'all at? I got cookies from our house. That's why he went across the street. That ain't my responsibility to stop.
Exactly. Why didn't you tell me she was doing that?
Don't you get a whooping after this show, Shan.
Right, Shan, I hate that for you.
Real sassy, and I don't want you to get no whooping.
I'd hate that for you. Shan, come on back. I hate her.
What's going on in this house? Stay in this house.
Man, you tell something.
That's one of the things.
That's a generational.
And it is, but it's one of the areas that I say that we really need to be careful with, because we have to, it was one of the things that we purposely did, and I can tell you that I think that my parents probably purposely did as well, but I know, me and my sisters do, like, so like if you walked in and you say to the baby, give me a hug, but the baby don't want to give you a hug, give her a hug. And it's like, we gotta force that with kids, because
there's a reason why
if they don't want to do that, then they shouldn't have to. And then that other piece about, don't be going back and telling nobody nothing. This is why kids end up sometimes in unfortunate situations, molestation and stuff, and keeping secrets, because they're used to keeping secrets, because they've already been groomed. What happens, when I tell you don't say nothing, then you don't say nothing. Damn, you got a black eye. Everybody
right.
Like, somebody go ask me what happened.
That wasn't that mule. But do y'all remember? Okay, so like the spanking thing. So I got my fair share, Lord knows. But
you did.
I got toe up on a regular.
I could see
I
you too. I could see you
mouth.
Too. Trying to be funny and all of that shucking and jacking.
Oh yeah. Man, I never forget the time my mom was spanking me, and I was like 14. I was actually pregnant. She didn't know. And she tried trying to spank me. I was like, oh, not today. Not today. And I grabbed the belt. And it was like a 2-second, like, what the hell did I just do? And like, what am I going to do? And so I I snatched the belt from her and took off running through the house to get to my grandma who was upstairs, who was like my savior. I'm running. My brother is on the couch commentating. Doretha, run! She right behind you! Run, D, run! I'm like floating up the stairs. I get to behind my grandma and I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, Mama's trying with me. She's trying with me. My grandma was like, knock it off. We're not going to do this today. Mind you, I'm behind my grandma making faces at my mama. I'm like, really? Yeah. I stayed upstairs for the whole day. Ate dinner in my grandma's room.
I bet you did. Now I say that's generational, and I can say, I was a pretty good kid, so I didn't get whoopings, So we just didn't get whoopings like that. The whoopings that we received, I can say, didn't last long, but they would be for fighting one another. If we were fighting one another, then we got a whooping. So we learned, we didn't fight each other. And that was my mom. My dad has never whooped.
Y'all had to get along shirt.
Huh?
God, where y'all both get in the shirt.
Oh, I used to hate that. We had my aunt. She was real big. She had one of her shirts, and my mom cut another head hole in it, and we had to wear it the whole day because we was fighting.
Oh no, we just got if we got a spanking, it would be for that. And so that really, I can say we really didn't get a lot of spankings in my household. But then, I know others that like, now this would be probably a good topic though. But I do know people who was damn near, child abuse. Like,
oh, absolutely.
Beat down, punch down. And why didn't anybody call the police when those?
Because you was putting you got to put that fear.
You don't put nobody down to the ground and beating them like that.
No, I agree. I'm saying the child was in that fear mode.
But I'm saying other adults.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Other adults. Why didn't other adults call the police on those people?
Maybe they thought little Timmy deserved it.
I think
it was the era. I believe that was the era where you just kind of mind your business. You didn't really
stay in your lane. Yep.
Yeah. You didn't really get into people's business, especially with raising their kids. Now, nowadays, the difference is, if I see you punching and stuff on your son, I'm going to be like, yo, wait a minute.
Exactly. Unless they old enough to fight you back, you shouldn't punch them.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Some little kids. And I remember getting my hair done. And this was just a couple of years ago, if it was even that long, a couple of years. And it was a girl. And when I tell you, she was beating her son down, punching him to the ground. And I was going to call the police. And my hairdresser was like, no, don't call the police. And I'm like, no, she can't be just beating on this. And she was just like, that girl crazy. And I don't want her, going, just getting out of hand. And I'm like, you need to, stop hitting on him like that. Like nobody would say anything.
Oh, no, there's no way that's one thing I do is stand up for a child. Nope.
Well, back, from what I hear anyway, for instance, I remember my daddy told me he got in trouble and, they kind of had this wait till your father gets home thing. So when my grandfather got home, my grandfather broke a pool stick on my dad.
Dang.
I was like, what? A pool stick?
I'm hoping the skinny end.
Your daddy back probably still hurt.
That's why he got that lip when it rained.
I'm gonna go get my heating pad.
Because I'm just thinking about like how painful would that be being hit? I'm imagining back with a pool stick. But you know what else? people who used to get hit with extension cords. I remember
Yes.
hitting myself with an extension cord because I wanted to know how it felt. And it was like, who would beat their child with an extension cord?
Mhm. Mhm.
Crazy.
So I had asthma real bad when I was raising my son, and so I'd be like, I can't chase this boy around the whole apartment. So I'd be like, you know what? Do a push up until you tell me the truth. You hold that push up until you decide to tell me the truth. That's the only thing he ever got in trouble for is making up little lies.
Mhm.
It's a whole row of Oreos missing, and it's just me and you in the house. Where the damn Oreos at, yo?
I had that.
That's one of them boy lies.
Yes, it don't make no sense.
Right, that's one of them boy lies. Like, what happened to my coat? I don't know.
Hold it till you figure it out.
It's just us. But you know what? I didn't do that. For my spankings, it was however old you were, that's how many licks you got. And I wasn't gonna do the running around. I'm not chasing nobody. You lay down.
Mm-hmm.
You get it. You can have a pillow if you like, and then you look the opposite way. You don't try to look at me because they be trying to look at you in the face to look sad. You look the opposite way, and then you get your swats, and then you done.
Wait, you got stipulations on the whipping,
Yeah.
really?
Right, and if you move, then it's a lick added.
Oh, I'd be full blown. Give me two
Right,
inhalers and
so
a breathing
some people
treatment.
know how to just lay there. Other people gotta act a fool, and then. But let me tell you. Dude.
I'm trying to tell you, when my little brother used to get a whipping, my mom used to be like, "Hey, I'm about to whip your brother. Go lock the back door, and y'all stay at the front, cause that dude would run." It's been so funny. I used to be laughing while it was happening because he trying to like psych her out, go around
Right.
the dining room table, and she going the other way.
Nobody got time for all that. Get over
No, that's exactly why.
Right.
So when my son started football, he was on point. He could do a dead bug, push ups. Like, what's wrong with y'all? Soup cans, hold the 2 soup cans out. That's 5 minutes.
My sister, she was she would run. And I remember
Wait, your
her,
older sister?
the younger one, and she was all under the table, and I remember like, will you please stay still so we could go? It's gonna be 3 little hits. That's all that you gonna get at the most. 3 hits. You making this worse and long. Stay still.
Telling you,
So okay.
it's horrible.
Back to traditional. So let's go. What did you guys just talk about for dating? Everybody going half.
Right.
Dating was, being exclusive with a person, actually there would be multiple dates before, and I'm speaking from the old school perspective.
Wait. Well, first of all, let's not put no old in front of it. The ladies that were older than you. Okay. Carry on.
Lord, I forgot. You know what? My bad. The ladies that are older than me.
Thank you.
So what were they saying?
So they were saying how, when they were younger, the boy would have to come in and meet the parents.
Oh, yes.
Yep. No blowing that horn.
Ooh.
You're not gonna blow no horn to pick nobody up. You're not leaving this house with
they on their way and all that old foolishness. So meeting the parents. How one lady said that she lived with her parents until she got married, and then she moved out of the house.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
And how long she been with her husband?
They still married.
Ooh.
Beautiful.
That means you ain't never got to know yourself. Never.
And if you are a listener, thank you for listening to Nikki.
I'm just saying, most people need that little either college break or they live by themselves for, with their girlfriends for 6 months or whatever, then got married. It's hard to you don't understand how to get your you time.
But you know what? Some people don't need it.
A what? Yeah. I
Some
need
people
mine.
don't need it.
I'm sorry, Shane. Carry on.
Yeah, go ahead.
So she was saying, she lived with her parents until she got married. She was saying, about how, my generation, we break up for just about everything versus, being able to work through things. And
That's true.
so she was saying, like, of course, I don't want you to be a fool. You shouldn't be
Right.
beat on.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't have to take anybody, constantly, disrespecting you and your relationship. But, there will be, hard times and whatnot. And it's just
Go ahead. I'm sorry for interrupting. Go ahead.
better that y'all work it out, or at least try to work it out before, just calling it quits. And she was just saying, like a lot of times now they get married for the show, not really for the love. And, she was saying, like, but right before they got married, her husband got married, she asked him, why do you love me? Why are we getting married? And he was just, explaining that, he didn't want to spend his life with anybody else. He loved her, he wanted to take care of her, blah, 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 blah. So that was just
that everybody said that. Okay, so then here's my take a little bit on, which can go back to generational as well. I think that in some situations, now I do think that this generation may give up a little quick in some things that they shouldn't. But I also think that older generations took a lot more mess than
should have probably
than we do now. And it could be because a lot of women now have more independence, because a lot of times, even older than our generation, the woman didn't work, so she depended on the man. And if she left, where would I go and stuff like that. So I don't know if that could be a reason, but I mean, you'll find a lot of people, like, one of my pet peeves I cannot stand, and people do it all the time, everybody cheats. So if everybody cheats because your husband cheats, you're teaching your daughter that her husband's going to cheat. So then they're more apt to stay into the relationship longer if he cheats, because they think this is normal. This is this is what
this is what's supposed to happen.
Right. This is exactly. And when it doesn't happen and you don't demand, when then you're expecting it. And so it's nothing to it. So I think that, and that's why you'll have, people, older generations and stuff like that, it's a kid, that's in there, that wasn't a part of the marriage and all that, because I think that they did a lot of time, they accept it more than
very true
than now. And then I think that, women are a little bit more independent. So if I got my own, why am I deal with this headache? I could take care of myself. You know what I mean? Why am I going to be unhappy, miserable, and allowing, this type of madness? I think that men used to be able to do a lot more because they were running the show. And now, granted, do I think that a lot of people give up on marriage a lot quicker? Yeah, they do. But I would say it on both sides. But, sometimes I'm for, it's just funny how it goes. Sometimes you for it, where you like, yeah, I want them to fight for their marriage. But then other times you like, I want her to stand up for herself and leave. It's one thing besides the woman telling her child, all men cheat, and then, granddaddy cheated, and, and such cheated. If it's, one thing, another thing, that I can't stand is, and I'm sure I haven't been married, so maybe it's the truth, but I just cannot stand to hear a woman get cheated on and then hear them be the one to say, I think it made our marriage stronger.
What the
they cheated on you?
Y'all can't tell me y'all ain't never heard that, because I hear it all the time, and it just floors me that you think because now he at home, because you watching him and his every move, and he trying to prove that he ain't cheating. Now you think that helped y'all marriage because he went out and slept with somebody else. No. No.
I refuse.
Y'all
to
ain't never
that.
heard nobody say that?
Not nobody I know, because I already told them to their face.
No.
I
No.
hear people say that all the time. It made our marriage, I believe it made our marriage stronger.
No, I believe it made your detective skills better.
Right. So if you gonna push him out there next time when you
Right.
feel like y'all getting a little weak, go on cheat again.
Sally looking good these days. She lost about 45 pounds.
What was that lady? Her name. You think you can go back? Like what?
Exactly.
I mean, I have heard people say it, and it makes my body cringe every time because I'm thinking, how?
In what way?
Right. And somebody will inbox me and say it. That's why we need to make this the call in, and we need to come up with our date and start publishing our date when we're gonna let people call in
Agreed.
and listen live because people are ready to do that to get into the conversation with us.
Well, I'll say this last thing about the whole relationship thing. I know with me and my mom specifically, my mom has been married before, and she can't seem to understand, like, why is it on your list of your priorities to be a wife? For what? And I always tell her, I said, you and my daddy were married. All y'all friends were married. Y'all set an example of marriage and family for me. And so why is it so surprising that I would rather raise my kids in unity with, somebody, a good man to set an example for my son and for my daughter, and let them see somebody love on me for real. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's important. I don't think that marriage may necessarily be for everybody. And just because you guys have made me look so bad on the show, some people tend to think that I'm
Oh my God. You walk right into it. You like, Nikki, here come a truck. Nikki, here come a truck. Nikki, the truck is coming, but you steady. And if he ain't paying for all my bills and buying me a Tory Burch, I ain't talking to him.
Whatever. Anyway, but I think everybody wants love.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be marriage, but they want love.
And a soulmate. To feel like you got a soulmate. You know what I mean?
I mean, this to piggyback on what you said, Nick, like the whole, and you too, Shan, but the whole breaking up so easy and jumping from 0 to 10. Like, first, I'm not going to even knock myself. I have a horrible anger problem.
That
I have gotten. I know you was looking at me.
Okay.
Because I go from 0 to 100, but I can keep it suppressed when I'm not at work. At home, gird your loins. It's about to happen. But I literally have worked on this. In my 20s, I was horrible. Nikki knows. But I have come above that. But people take it out on their spouse. Like, you didn't took everything that happened all day, and all he did was drunk some of your Coke. Not all of it. You already opened it, took a sip. He took a sip. Now you want to call the police? That literally happened on Ayana Fix My Life. Yes.
Yeah.
For her drinking, she called the police.
She came home
she
from
was the
work.
meanest lady I've ever seen in my life, and his self-esteem was very low.
In the toilet.
And there is no way that he should have been marrying her
No.
or taking up. She was the nastiest. Yes, that I've ever seen on there.
She literally. This man had one leg.
And he went to jail.
Yes. He had diabetes.
He went to
he
jail.
Had one leg. She called the police because he stole and drunk her Coke. They lived together. He calls the police.
But remember, she had hit him too.
Yes.
The police said one of you guys gotta go to jail, and he went.
Yep. Why didn't want her to go? First of all, when you left, you took your stuff with you and never came back.
Oh, she was a nasty. That was a nasty.
She was dirty. I don't know how Ayana held it together because she should have cussed her smooth down to her boots.
She did. Remember the show ended early.
She did. That's right.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do this.
Get y'all stuff.
She was nasty.
Ooh, horrible.
But back to modern Um,
But I'm saying they jump off so quick, and
mhm,
they don't even assess the current situation. Because personally, my friends, people that I consider my friends, or if I love you,
mhm,
if I'm mad at you, I won't tell you at that moment because I might say things that I shouldn't say to you at that moment out of anger, and you can't take those back.
mhm.
I've learned that. So I usually wait a couple days and then bring the subject up to you because literally I'm that mad. I can't talk about it. And I'm like, remember that day we was talking about blah, blah, blah? And I'll literally bring it up. But they'll just snap off at the, like, really? Okay, go ahead then. You just going to talk about it right now? It's just so intense. And don't nobody, I'm not an arguer. I don't argue in relationships. That's something I refuse to do because life is too short. If we can't have a conversation about it, then we don't need to be together.
And
I
who
do
want to
not
come
like to
home at
argue.
work
Thank
after a
you.
long day? Like your home should be your sanctuary where
Thank
you
you.
relax and all of that. You shouldn't have to come home. Like I remember my same cousin who could get let in, who used to try to sleep on my couch. He literally, we would be talking on the phone. He would pull up, and then he would be like, "Damn," and I would be like, "What?" She at home. She be mad. She didn't, because he thought he was gonna have a minute to himself, and dang, want to sit in the driveway, dude. I'm not about to talk to you. Get up
Mm-mm.
off the phone and go on in the house.
Dang, that would be horrible to
It
be
was,
disappointed when you get home
yeah.
and see
And
your
now that
spouse's
they're not
car.
together, and he is so much happier. But sometimes if you listen to people, they'll tell you the right thing. Told you so.
Really, you had to put that little dig in, Nick?
It's just some people out there that's not.
That is
So
true.
one last thing, because we only got a little bit, and I know that we're trying to do women traditional and modern and all that. But I think that too, when we talk about just in general, or if we talk about, I think that what ends up happening is that a lot of people um, are so busy trying to keep up with other people, and that
Hmm.
creates a lot of problems. And um, that's the difference between traditional
Yes.
and modern. I would say that a traditional woman is about her business.
Hmm.
She trying to do what she need to do, work 2 jobs.
Hmm.
It wasn't a time that I
Side
wasn't
hustle.
right. It wasn't a time that I wasn't working someplace and also teaching. I've been teaching forever. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It's always like something to make you know, get my money up. Now they want it easy. And the other part that blows my mind is, things that I feel like, you gotta just you have to work hard to get. And now people will file bankruptcy. Like they 20 years old and think that they supposed to have a house that the 40-year-old lady had. You're not
Exactly.
making the money that she making.
Hmm.
And
Yep.
if I get something, don't try to go get what I got.
Mm-mm.
Because what's for you is for you.
And it's
Exactly.
just like that's why I think a lot of people are, and probably plays a lot into this. We didn't put it in there, but it plays into this whole social media thing. Because you got to think
Hmm.
about it. When we think about young ladies and when we were being raised and stuff like that, and we didn't have the social media and all of that stuff. But back in the day, now I don't know if by the time you came along, Shane, it was acceptable, but let me talking about I'm taking a picture and I'm putting my hands on my hips. If you don't get your
Ooh,
hands off of your
And
hips,
see, this is the difference,
that's an
and
automatic
this is
whipping.
the difference with me. I've been raised old school.
Oh
Just
yeah.
and me and my mom are 16 years, just 16 years apart. But the difference is my mama was raised old school, and that's kind of the way she raised me. Now, some things were modern day mom, like I could have boy company, supervised boy company,
oh yeah,
and
you can have supervised, right? At what age though?
also when I built a
Last year.
rapport,
Right.
when I
At
built
what
a
age?
rapport with my parents, I got to do other stuff too because I knew that if I mess this up, this privilege and all the other ones that I wanted to do is gonna be messed up.
Hmm.
Exactly. But it was like some stuff you just couldn't do. You couldn't do the the hands on your hips, and I
Oh
remember
no.
Get your hands off your hips. Excuse
right,
me.
and I remember like I couldn't imagine me being, in high school trying to have no 26-inch hair down my back.
Oh.
Ooh, my grandma used to
Ooh.
say, like, look like cat's been sucking. What your hair on?
Cat's
You know what I mean? It's just, my hair was pretty long all by itself, but I'm saying going to pay
Oh no.
weaves and
$300
then
and
all this
$400
makeup.
for weeds to have
Exactly.
Wigs used to
They
be
would have
your
lit you up.
grandmother or your,
Yes.
that was the old lady at church was the
Mhm.
wig, not no younger people. And
Or
talking about going
or
out the house, and I was skinny and didn't even have nothing. But if you don't get your tail in the house with them shorts on,
oh yes.
where
Or
you
them high
going?
heel shoes.
Well,
Yeah. You
I
couldn't
can
wear
say
them.
high school I could
Like
start wearing
16,
little pumps because I'm
wear them
short.
flats.
Mhm. Oh, you better some flats of them Jordans on and go and sit down somewhere.
Yeah.
Right, but
Yeah.
I remember like I couldn't do eyeliner when
Oh no.
I remember I wore eyeliner. I got to wear eyeliner when I was 16. And when I tell you, I was ecstatic that I got to wear eyeliner.
Wait, was the kind that you lit first so you could get? Oh.
Oh yeah, it sure was. Yep,
Yep.
you sure
Yep.
did. Put my little eyeliner on, and then I remember one of my cousins from the Shy came to Michigan, saw me, went back and was like, Nikki up there in a full face of makeup. Like, I got an eyeliner that I had to practically beg
Literally.
to wear. Like
That's crazy.
you couldn't do makeup and all of that. And now when I look at, like, we talking about 10, you couldn't put your hands on your hips. Now that's the picture that the mama is telling the little 5-year-old to put her hands on her.
Exactly.
Her pictures are grown
Mhm.
women and hands on the hips and booty to the back. And
Mhm.
you like, what?
Man, you know how snatched up we would have got.
But then,
Ooh.
just think, we've all saw a picture. It's some kids who take their mama's pictures in their underwear.
Yes.
Shan, why
I don't
you
understand
look
that.
like
Look at her face. I'm
you
telling you.
Once again, let me reiterate that I spent a lot of time with my grandparents and my parents. So the way that everybody else's 33-year-old act or carry themselves, I be looking like, who raised y'all? When
Mhm.
guys ask me, do you know how to cook?
Oh.
Yeah.
We automatically broke up. We broke up.
My cousins and my brothers and stuff. I was inside beating rugs and cooking
Thank you.
fried chicken. Like, that's just how they raised me.
See, I think some of that could be generational too, because it's some people who've been so wrapped up in men that they mama raised you got to think they mama raised their kids,
Yeah.
and it be generational. They mama raised their kids. They mama. I mean, you got some whole families who live together still to this day.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 4 generations in one house.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
I think that the part that goes.
I always say that I have an old school, new school balance. There are a lot of things that I do that are of Shannon because Shannon want to, and I don't really think that way like they used to. I'm kind of have an evolution mind, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a lot of things that I do that are like my mother and my grandmother. Like I still clean my baseboards on my hands and knees because you won't come up in my house and tell somebody my house was nasty. You got me messed up.
First of all, that's what that 14-year-old is for.
We be doing it too. Want to ask?
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
When you get up out the bed every morning, you need to straighten up your room and make that bed up.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm not taking no trash out in my house.
No.
I don't pump my gas. My son does it. These are
now. See, one of the things. Now, I'm glad that you brought that up in the off the subject a little bit, but I didn't realize it until I moved here. And Nico was gonna pump some gas or something for me, and then he had said to me that one of his friends couldn't pump gas. His mom didn't let him pump gas because of his age. And did you realize that each state has a law about the age that a child can pump gas?
Really? I didn't know that.
Yep. And Illinois, the kid had to be 14.
I did not know that.
And I was like, oh my goodness, I had never knew that before. But it's an age limit. Different state, it's an age limit.
Do you think age limits kind of hold us back from the maturation of our children? Like maybe just because they 14 don't mean that they not ready, but because
I think it's more of a safety thing. So they look at it overall. So they have to base it on because a lot of things could happen at the gas station. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that they're looking at. It's more of a health hazard.
But do you think it helps with the later maturation of?
Well, I think once they get of age, or you point out to them, just using this situation, if you point out to them, you see that guy sitting in the car, you don't never go on no date and have no woman out pumping their gas and you're sitting in the car. It's probably been some people with me back when my baby was 12, like, look at her with this no good dude sitting in the car because he big. They
True. They indulged you because your son is huge.
Right. They like, look at his no good
behind.
Right, letting this girl pump the gas.
She probably cooked for him too.
No good so and so.
Right. So,
man.
I go. So, all right, our time has come to an end. So, Dee Dee, closing remarks.
Yeah. I just beat your kids if they need to be beat.
Beat your kids.
Don't have
Be
nobody.
Careful how you say
Hey, don't have nobody that you ain't birth living in your house. That's your child's age. Don't give your money to your children unless they've earned it. And always have a backup plan for your babysitter. Chan.
Closing. I just think you have to do what's best for you. I guess is what this comes down to. Yeah, that's all I got. Do what's best for you.
Right, and I think that more people should, when we're talking about modern and traditional, and I think that instead of, I think that we live in a time now where so many people think that they know everything, that we do need to reach back and try to learn something from our grandmothers and mothers and things like that, because it's important that you know some of those habits, or even just ask, even if you don't want to take them on, just even ask to have the conversation of what happened. And I think some stuff is just generational. I don't care what our advice would be to anybody. Some stuff just generational, and if it works for you, if it worked your whole family putting their check together, good for y'all, because it's so many other nationalities that do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
But get a bigger place. That's all I'm
saying. Come up.
Y'all be in a 2-bedroom with 8 folks.
Unless y'all stacking all your chips.
Everybody got
exactly. And then, right, don't do it and then can't get around and all of that stuff. Y'all should be saving mad money where y'all could do that, and next year y'all have a 12-bedroom because y'all just saved them so much money and everybody can retire and stuff like that. Now they don't do it and you gotta still borrow gas money to work. That's all I'm saying.
That is not what we saying.
Right. So don't get us wrong and holler. Nikki B and them said we all should live together. No, if you're doing something, that's what we had said. So. But I'm like Shan, do you whatever floats your boat, do you whatever make you happy, do you. Just don't come to my house without calling first.
Amen.
Peace.
Peace, y'all.
5, 4, 3, 3, 2, 1. You're done when I see.